So then there's never like a place where you reach the next level and then there's no more next levels. There's always going to be moving up and moving up and moving up.
Yes, because you can't allow one level without creating another. That's the thing that's so beautiful about this cycle. Every time you allow your alignment with what you've created before, you're at another place of creating something more. That's why it's eternal.
So can you talk about like the phenomenon of like the 100th monkey, or a paradigm shift, or just like a mass consciousness shift?
We've been talking about that a little bit as we talk about when you hold a thought for as little as 17 seconds and your attention on it, it's active, your attention to it causes an activation of it within you, and another thought joins it. And that really is the process of the way this energy expands. The more attention you give to something, the more law of attraction brings other thoughts like it to it, until eventually there is a sort of explosion that takes place that catapults you into a stronger place. But that's why, and we haven't talked about this in this context before, that's why even poking around at a problem will cause a catapulting of a solution, you see. It's all part of the process. That's why as we visit with you in a gathering like this, it is exhilarating to us to announce to you that you can't get it wrong, that you've never been getting it wrong, that no matter what you do, you will not ever get it wrong, and you will never get it done. And the reason it can't ever be wrong is because it is never done. You're just constantly reclaiming your position, and those of you who've been listening here today, you're going to be reclaiming your position deliberately. You're not just going to stumble into it, you're reclaiming it deliberately and then moving to the next. Often you stumble into something that's pleasing, but it's never as pleasing as when you have intended it, you've known about it, you've recognized your vibrational differences, you've done the work to move in the direction of it, you've felt your improvement, and then when it manifests, that's when the true celebration of being a deliberate creator comes. We think that's what you're talking about. The 100th monkey is consciousness all over the planet having similar life experience, which is causing them to ask similar questions. So as they're having enough life experience that's causing them poke around at the same problems and the same questions, the solutions are in the vortex. And then along comes this really allowing monkey who hasn't been trying to please the other monkeys. Let's call this monkey renegade monkey, who doesn't give a rip what the other monkeys think about his hygiene or about his behavior or about any of that stuff, who just blunders into the vortex one day while he's blissfully swinging on a vine and has an impulse to do something that he has never had the impulse to do before. And in his impulse to do it from inside the vortex, he beams a signal to all other monkeys who have been putting all of that into their vortex, and they feel the inspiration from his discovery. And that's what you're talking about.